What's up, random people on YouTube that aren't watching this video, so it's just random bots that are commenting? So, I want to talk about this new gun law, executive order. Hopefully I don't get flagged on this one, too. So, they want to make it so that you can't make your gun more accurate, basically. Their attachments is basically, you know, if you're playing Call of Duty and you got the... Because that's what most of you do. That's how a lot of people know about guns. I play Call of Duty and I play the Fortnite. Well, when you play the Fortnite and the Call of Duties and the War Zones, that's another thing that's hysterical to me. The top 3 games in the world right now, I think, are Fortnite, Warzone, and like, I don't think it's Overwatch, but like, that's what everybody's playing, is those 2 games, for the most part. All the number 1 videos on YouTube that come up in my little things, like, look at this sick play I did on Fortnite. It's people with guns. People are playing games, video games, with guns, and realistic guns, and realistic blood in Call of Duty for the most... Well, no. I mean, if you're playing Call of Duty Warzone, you probably bought Modern Warfare. But, like, those are realistic guns, right? So, why are people saying we need to ban guns in real life? Now, if you think video game guns cause violence, which they don't, and it's been proven that they don't, but if you think they're no good, why do you let your 5-year-old... The amount of times I've seen videos of, you know, 30, 25, 30-year-old guys and or girls playing Call of Duty, and then they kill someone, and then a little kid goes, oh man, fuck you guys, you're gay. What? This game's rated M. That means at least 17. Like, I couldn't buy games. You couldn't even download games. Well, I mean, that's the difference, too. It's a downloadable game. It's not even. But you couldn't buy God of War. I had to have my mom come in, because I was only in 7th grade when God of War came out, the first one. My friends were all telling me, you gotta get God of War. You gotta get it. It's so cool. It's so gory. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, God of War, yeah. And the GameStop hippie, who was a total neckbeard, who you know wore a fedora, because he did, and he had a ponytail, which is why he was the GameStop hippie. But he was a hippie, he wore a fedora, he had those he had the John Lennon regular glasses, but he had a ponytail, he wore a fedora, and a vest. And he's like, nah, son, I can't sell you. He didn't say, nah, son. I said, nah, son. He said, nah, man, I can't sell this to you. You're only like 12. I'm like, GameStop hippie, come on, son. We're tight. Like, he tried to bang my mom, and she was like, no. And he was like, nah. I was like, come on, man. Just give me the God of War, man. And he's like, nah. So my mom had to come. The Target was across the street. She had to come across the street, flirt with the GameStop hippie for like 10 minutes, and then he sold me God of War. And I was like, awesome, thanks, GameStop hippie. And then I bought crickets for my lizard. And then the dog my sister was watching got out when we got home and got hit by a car, and that was sad. But anyway, GameStop hippie would not sell me God of War. Now, if you've played the original God of War, the first 5 minutes of the game, there's a sex scene. So it's like, okay, sure, but it's an off-screen tee-hee-hee, tee-hee-hee, oh, tee-hee-hee, oh, and then Kratos goes, oh, and then I'm guessing that's when he comes, and then all the red orbs come out, the rorbs come out of his balls, and you get experience for fucking... And we couldn't have that. But now, You got realistic, like ultra realistic, like even Ghost Recon was like pretty realistic. But now you got shit like this is exactly what the gun sounds like. It's exactly how it'll kick. It's exactly how it needs to be held. Exactly how you need to reload it. It's not like some, you know, the Call of Duty guys, they do a really good job. But anyway, that's a different story. What I'm trying to say is, motherfuckers are trying to ban guns. When you got 5-year-old kids playing Fortnite, watching a gay dude complain that he gets screen sniped, and it's not fair, as he's literally made millions of dollars playing a game, telling the world that it's not fair that he's getting killed in a video game, throwing a temper tantrum, he's not going to play anymore. It doesn't matter that he's a gay dude, but whatever. Gonna get in trouble now. But you got this dude who's throwing a temper tantrum, crying on stream because he's getting stream sniped. Like, well, I didn't win, I'm gonna stop playing. But that's another story for another time. I'm trying to get to the point, but it's failing miserably, but it doesn't matter, nobody's gonna friggin' watch this anyway. The gun ban, he's gonna ban attachments. Oh, you can't make it more accurate. Okay, let's pretend you break into my house, right? And I live in an apartment complex. And I have a gun because I am a legal firearm owner. You break into my house and I say, get out of my house with my gun, right? Pointing it at you. My heart rate is accelerated. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. My heart rate's accelerated. My hands are shaking because I'm not a trained professional shooter. I'm scared. I'm scared for my life. I'm scared for my wife's life. I'm scared for my son's life. I'm scared for my dogs. My dogs are barking. Neighbors are barking. You got a gun. You're scared because I'm pointing a gun at you. Dogs are barking. You don't want to go to jail. You hear the sirens in the distance. You decide the best opportunity for you is to shoot me and then run. Yes, I don't want you to have a brace. I don't want you to have the fucking Rafika attachment from Resident Evil 4 that makes it that does actually make it an M16. Yes, I don't want you to have that. But I want that. Normal criminal, regular Joe Schmo off the street, he's not gonna say, yeah, let me get the stock attachment for my Smith & Wesson, and then, you know, I'll have a gun butt that I can put into my shoulder, and then, you know what, fuck it, I might as well get that Jackal system that clicks onto it, that gives it a foregrip, and I can put a holographic sight on the top, so I'm basically holding a submachine gun. Excuse me, Jesus. No, no criminal's going to do that. They're going to take the handgun that they bought from the guy in a brown paper bag in New York City at 2 o'clock in the morning, or Chicago, wherever. It's New Jersey. So New York City, Newark, Trenton. You can go on Craigslist right now and find dudes selling guns that obviously don't require a background check. You can't regulate that on the internet. Like, you can't say, oh, we're gonna ban sales at gun shows. Have you gone to a gun show? Because I have. I've gone to, they have them here in the Raritan Center every year. They have that hunting expo. They have, you can buy guns there. You just can't buy them that day. The guy tells you, you got a license? No. Then you can't buy a gun. You have the license. You got a license? Yep. You want to do a background check? I got to do a background check? Oh, I wanted to walk out of here with this. No. That's not happening. Oh. And then they proceed to tell you, if I sold you this, and you ask him, oh, what happened? Like, why can't I just take this gun? Like, you have it here, why can't I? He's like, no. This is here for you to see it, so that you can look at it, so that you can buy it, and in 7 days, after your background check, or 7 days, or your background check, and then 7 days, or whatever the New Jersey law is, because I can't remember it off the top of my head, you can come back, and I'll either, here's where my shop is, or I can ship it to you through the mail. Oh, okay. And then he says, like, you know, if I handed you this gun right here, right now, without a background check and without waiting 7 days, he would get his seller's license revoked. He'd have to pay fines and could possibly face jail time. So, no one at gun shows. It's not like that movie. What was that movie called? With what the fuck is his name? Matthew McConaughey. With the white kid who lived in the Chicago or wherever. He bought guns with his dad. Then he gets shot by his black friends. He starts selling crack. What the fuck? I saw that with my wife's dad. I don't remember what it was called. But they walked into the thing. They bought, you know, Chinese AK-47s. They walked out with them. No, that doesn't happen. You can't do that. And the problem is, horrible people in the government, because they're stupid, they look at a Hollywood movie that already is against weapons and guns as it is, will look at you and say, so that's how it goes. Well, we don't want that to happen. And then the ones that know that that's not how it happens are like, that's not how it happens. And then the ones that don't know that that's how it happens go, are you trying to kill my family? And what? Are you trying to have people run around with modified M9 Berettas that look like submachine gun? And then you say, M9 Berettas? You mean AR-15s? You know, that's how it goes. Because that's the only gun they know. AR-15. Can you name me one handgun, Joe Biden? Yeah, revolver. Okay. Go to bed. Yeah, you're... AR-15's a handgun. And it's a long gun. I don't know what long gun means. But it's a thing we started saying. It never made sense to me. Long gun. Fuck's a long gun? Long gun. I can understand handgun if you don't want to say pistol. But long gun? It's more syllables than rifle. Not really, it's the same syllables, but still. You know, long guns. You know, they're real long and they shoot real far. Oh, I wouldn't have gotten that from rifle. Like, pretty soon they're gonna start scaring people, calling things sniper rifles. Sniper rifle? No. Anyway. It's stupid. Gun law's stupid. They're gonna get the guns anyway. The criminals are, we're gonna ban ghost guns. What is a ghost gun, Joe Biden? Oh, you know, it's a gun you use to shoot ghosts, right? No. It just doesn't have a serial number on it. Huh? You can buy these kits. No, they're free, Joe Biden. You 3D print a ghost gun. You can 3D print guns. You can. I don't think it's right, no. I don't think any legal, any Second Amendment supporting person would say that being able to 3D print a gun is a good thing, because number one, you're losing money to manufacturers and you're costing jobs. Number two, these things are dangerous to the people who are using them because they shatter in their face because they're not meant to be actually fired. There's a whole subreddit on, if you're going to 3D print an M16 that's burst fire, you know, here's what you need to do. Buy this metal piece and click it in here, and then it won't explode in your face. Oh, uh-oh. You mean I can 3D print a high-capacity magazine, Joe Biden? You can. Yeah. Oops. I guess nobody told you that. I've seen it. I've seen people do it. There's videos. I don't know if they're on YouTube, but there's videos of people 3D printing drum magazines for just 3D printing them. They break because they're not meant for that kind of force being applied to them, because it's just shitty plastic. But you can't, like, there's ways to enforce them so that they don't reinforce them so that they don't break. And there's video, oh yeah, just get this metal piece, stick it here, stick it here, stick it here, solder that on, bang. Yeah, nobody's going to tell you that should be legal. I don't think, well, the people who are doing it are going to tell you they think it should be legal. But I don't think anybody is going to say, yeah, we should give criminals the means to make fully automatic, high magazine, high caliber round firing guns that they just have to modify slightly to be just as good as the real thing for $20. Nobody's going to tell you that that's a good idea. So if you want to limit that, sure, by all means, go right ahead. But when you're saying you're trying to limit kits, that all these kits do are make it, since there's a fucking shortage for bullets, all they're doing is converting a 9mm type firing rifle, or, not 9mm rifle, but any kind of gun that fires, a higher caliber round to fire a smaller caliber round, or vice versa, because they're cheaper and there's more, and there's not as much of a kick, and you want your wife to be safe. Like my wife, the only thing I've fired is a little .22 lever action rifle when I was in Boy Scouts. My wife worked for the FBI as an intern. She got the FBI internship that only 3 people in the entire state get. My wife got that shit. She has fired an MP5. She's fired a Desert Eagle. She's fired an M9. She's fired a Glock 18. Like, she shot more guns than I have. I think she fired like what you would call a scouting rifle. A scouting rifle. It's not Destiny. What you would call a sniper rifle. She said it's just scoped. Lever action rifle, bolt action rifle, whatever you want to call it. M40. That's what it was. So, yeah. My little 5'4" wife, who at the time was like 105 pounds, shot all these guns with no problem. She said we still have her target. It's spot on. So you can train people to. You want to make gun laws better, Joe Biden? This is what you do. You mandate. You make it a part of school curriculum. Every marking period, quarter, semester, whatever you want to call them, whatever everybody has. You take gym, health, driver's ed, what have you, for seniors. Just take it for seniors. Oh, you got a study hall? Yeah. You want to learn how to disassemble and clean a gun, and then for your final, we take you down to the city, the local shooting range, and you learn how to shoot it. You learn maintenance. You learn proper safety. There you go. You don't make it accessible to everybody, obviously. Look, you give some incentive. Here you go. Inner city. You guys are struggling. Financially. Grade-wise. Let's help out these kids' GPAs. These kids got a B. He needs an A. He needs one more A to graduate, or what have you. Why don't we give each school that teaches kids how to safely operate and own and clean and fire a gun safely, let's give those schools, like, I don't know, an extra $5,000. Something like that. Something to help them out. Hire another teacher. You get a teacher who teaches the firearm class. You get guns that don't have a magazine. You give them the one bullet magazine or what have you. You modify it. That's all you gotta do. You give them the laser. You put the bullet and you dry fire the laser, and the laser pinpoints where. You make it so that they can't steal that gun and then go home and kill someone with it. Because I'm sure that's the main concern. Is they would come home, they'd take the gun home, they'd steal it. You have them lock it up every class. You only give the class to people who are have a B. You have a B, you have a 3.5 GPA, you could take the gun class. Even though it should be available to everyone, but it should also be an incentive. I mean, you make the case too. Oh, well, what if we give it to the one kid who's clearly a derelict and he goes and tries to kill someone with a gun? Well, now he knows how to safely own and operate and fire the gun. So I guess, yeah, sure, you can make that argument, but so you then you have an entire class of kids who also know how to safely clean, fire, and defend themselves against the derelict with the gun. That's how you stop gun violence. Is with, everybody always says, oh, the person with a good guy with a gun. Who the fuck is calling me? I don't know that number. Good guy with a gun is gonna save me from a bad guy with a gun. Yes, that is literally Bushido. That is literally the samurai way. One sword keeps another in its sheath. That is literally the Shinsengumi fucking police. But nobody wants to hear about that. But that is the thing. You teach citizens, regular old jerk-offs, how to own and operate and fire a gun, how to safely clean it, how to safely maintain one. Sure, you can keep the limit. Sure, we'll give you a 5-bullet magazine for your pistols and a 10-bullet magazine for a rifle. Sure. You don't need more. You really don't need more than 5 bullets, I don't think. It's nice to have the option. But you need to I lost my thought. But having regular citizens with guns is how you're gonna stop gun violence. Because if one of those people in Colorado had a gun, they could have stopped that guy. If when the guy dressed up like the Joker shot up Batman Returns or whatever it was, or The Dark Knight Rises or whatever it was, when he shot up the movie theater, there were 6 cops in the movie theater who all said, let me leave my gun at home, nothing's gonna happen. You know how many people would have been saved if one of those guys just brought their gun and took that guy out right in the beginning? There's times when you need it. It's unfortunate. We shouldn't have that. But now imagine if everyone in that movie theater had a gun. Imagine if in Columbine, everyone in that school had a gun or knew how to use it, and every teacher had a gun and knew how to use it. None of that shit would happen. Sandy Hook, same thing. You had police on the ground and they didn't do anything. You don't need to actively go around carrying it, but if in every classroom there was a handgun in a lockbox, you do the lockdown procedure, you don't need someone to go around with the gun, monitoring the halls, and then you say, oh, there's a lockdown, there's an active shooter, and then have all the teachers go out in the hallway trying to find this guy. But if you have all the teachers put the kid in the lockdown procedure, and then they stare at that door with the gun pointed on, and there's a certain knocking pattern that you need to open the door. And that's the thing that I think people who don't like guns, who don't understand guns, you just don't get it. There's a reason why we have them. There's a reason why we need them. And it's not just for bad guys to kill regular people. It's for regular people to defend themselves against bad guys. And if you don't understand that, that's on you. And when, God forbid, you get robbed and you're held up at gunpoint and you don't have a gun, and they decide their best choice of action is to shoot you and run because you've seen their face, that's on you. So I'll tell you, I don't have much. I'm home now, so yeah, I don't have much time. But I was a dispatcher for like 6 months at my local police station. My little town that everyone said nothing happened and everyone was so bored in. 6 months I did that job. Couldn't do it for 3 reasons. 1, scared the hell out of me because 9 times out of 10 when you call 911, it's some idiot like me who doesn't know what they're doing. I never had formal training. I had the 2-week class, but they never sat me down and trained me. I was trying to help people. And they left me alone without telling me how to call an ambulance. So, yeah, don't have a heart attack. Number 2, there's multiple reasons why I wasn't very happy with that job. But number 2, 9 times out of 10, when you call 911 and the dumbass doesn't answer and the person who's been there for, 10 years is there, they were playing Candy Crush while talking to you on the phone while you're dying. They're playing Candy Crush or shopping for clothes online with their computer. Yeah. Number 3, they cared more about what was for lunch and if the diner's special menu had come in through the fax machine. That was number 2. That was number 3. What else? What else was scary about that? Oh, I had a call once where a man was literally dying and he could not breathe. I had just learned, like second day I was there, I had just learned that you don't hang up on someone if they ask you to stay on the phone. And this was kind of the beginning of me saying, I don't think I want to work here anymore. I'm on the phone. Guy cannot breathe. If you take 911 courses, you know how to listen to someone who can't breathe. It's kind of a gurgling noise, and they can't really talk. He could barely talk, so he could breathe just a month, but he couldn't breathe. Someone had called 911 for him. They left him. He was in a hotel. He said, I can't breathe. He was labored breathing. I said, sir, do you need me to stay on the phone with you until an ambulance arrives? And he said, yes. Yes. Okay, I got you. No problem. Are you still there, sir? Are you still there, sir? Meanwhile, dispatcher number 2 over here, she called the ambulance. She's looking at me. Hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. I told you to hang up the phone. He wants me to stay on the line with him. I can't. We had to replay this on a thing because I got in trouble. I got in trouble for staying on the line with a guy who asked me to stay on the line and he couldn't breathe. So yeah, sometimes police departments suck. But it's not the cops, it's the dispatchers. There was another time I got a call. There's really like 3 or 4 that stuck out with me in the 6 months I was there. I got a call. A lady, old lady, 72-ish, somewhere around there. She's old. She was cleaning the dishes. She, I guess, didn't know her own strength. Grabbed a glass, shattered in her arm. in her hand, somehow she sliced her entire wrist open. She's literally bleeding out. Her husband is freaking out. I say to dispatcher number 2 over here, while she's playing Candy Crush, I don't know how to call an ambulance. And she goes, don't say that on the line. Okay, I don't know how to call an ambulance. Dial #2. Oh, okay. Can you do it for me? No. Oh, okay. What's your location? That. Hold on, ma'am. Ambulance is on the way. Is there anywhere, you need to keep your hands elevated? You need to keep a lot of pressure on that. Hang up the phone. Can you called for help? Hang up the phone. All right. There's guide cards. There's like 50 guide cards that tell you what to do, and you're supposed to go through these lists of everything that needs to happen before you can hang up the phone. She's telling me, hang up the phone. You called for help already. Hang up the phone. You called for help already. Hang up the. What if something changed? That's what I said. What if she passed out? What if she hit her head? I need to tell the ambulance that she hit her head. I need to type in the notes that she fell and hit her head. There's so many things you need to do. And it's why I didn't like working there. Because I wasn't formally trained. The other people never helped me. I was there 4 hours a day from 8 to 12. I never got a badge. I never got a shirt. I never got formal training. I would always say to the guy in charge of the supervisor, can I come down this Saturday? I have my other job. I finish at 12, but can I come? No. You think I can come just, because there's a class I got to take. Oh, well, we're waiting for more dispatchers before we give you the class because you're the only one left. I said, I'm the only one left. There was 10 of us to start at the same time. Yeah, they all stopped working here. It was me and 2 guys were left. I was the morning. He worked overnights. They gave him full time. I left. So, it was not fun. I wouldn't wish that job on anyone. It's a rewarding job when they help you. You get paid a lot of money, but it sucks. They were so understaffed that they were working 14-hour shifts. Because you can't leave until help comes. You can't leave until help comes. There was one day where they asked me to stay. I got there at 8. They asked me to stay until 7. And I was like, sure, yeah, I need the hours. I want the money. It's $28 an hour. So, yeah, I'll stay for 13 hours. No problem. I'm only making $10 an hour at the deli I'm working at. I was way too immature for that job, too, at the time. I thought I was better than everybody. I'm going to be a cop and blah, blah, blah. I'm better than you. No. It's a hard job. You got to be like... The people who were in my class who did the job, who got it, you had to have a job. Your job either paid for you or you had to pay your way for the classes. Almost everybody in the class had a job already. There's me and like 3 other people that didn't have jobs when we got there. They didn't pass. They didn't pass. Me and like, I think 10 other people out of the 25 people didn't pass. Or I passed, and me and the 10 other people. Half of them already had jobs. They didn't, and were already working. And they failed out of the dispatcher basic telecommunicator class. It's a hard job. It's really hard. I don't know how I got on this tangent, but small towns. Yeah. Your small, safe little town, it's not that safe. That's where I was going. I got another call. Guy. It's cold out. It's October. Yeah, I want to report, there's a guy with a gun. He's waving it around the street. Oh. What street are you on? Now, in my town, there is a street that literally, it goes from breaks, becomes another street, and then goes all the way to the other side of the city. I'm on X Boulevard. I don't remember what it was called because I don't care. I don't live in that town anymore. I'm on this boulevard. Oh, okay. What's your address, sir? Oh, well, he's not here. Yeah, but I need to know, like, a general... he's walking down. Okay, but I need to know exactly... I don't know, he's going towards McDonald's. Sir, calm down. I'm just trying to get information from you. Don't you tell me to calm down. Sir, you just said there's a guy with a gun on your street. What street? What is your house number? I don't need the cops coming here. Okay. Like, they're not going to come there. They're not going to come to your house. We just need to know where you saw him so we can get a starting point. What do you mean you need to know where I saw him from? I saw him. He was walking down the road. Yes, but what street are you on? Now, when you call 911, it tells you if it's a landline. This was back in 2015. They might have gotten rid of. They might have gotten to the next phase because there's a three-step thing they were trying to do. It told you the street. You need to confirm the street. Like, sir, are you at 123 East Main Street? Yeah. How'd you know? Okay, thank you. That's all I need to know. Have a nice day. Bye. Like, he already had given me the description of the guy, so there's a approximate 5 foot tall, Hispanic, light skin, wearing jeans, red shirt, short hair, work boots, flashing a gun, on 123 East Main Street, heading towards McDonald's on 245 Main Street. Suspect is considered armed and dangerous. That's all. Bang. Done. I got yelled at. I got reamed because apparently the guy who called the 911 was a friend of the captain, and the captain came, "Why the fuck?" Okay. The amount of times I got in trouble because somebody called and they were friends with the chief or something like that, and I got in trouble for not helping them properly, that was the third reason. The final reason why I quit was because they told me when the cops... 95% of my day was Central 123. 123 over. Can you do a 1019? Copy that. 10-4. Or 123 to Central. Go ahead, 123. Motor vehicle stop. License plate. So when they did a motor vehicle stop, they said you need to write it down, then you transfer it to the thing, then you go through the process. I never had access to InfoCop. Anybody who's a cop knows what InfoCop is. I never had a password InfoCop, so I had to use my supervisor's InfoCop, and I never had access to the other thing, the other program for warrants and all that. Never learned how to use it. 6 months. Why did I quit? I accidentally typed in a 0 when it should have been an O, and it came up as a suspect from Pennsylvania who was wanted for murder. And they pulled me into it was one of the lieutenant's offices, and they showed me all these clips that I had already seen from school. So I have a criminal justice degree in police science. They showed me all these clips of cops being shot and 911 dispatchers failing to give them the right information. And they're like, we don't want this to be you. And I said, well, should I come? Do you want me to work here? Like I don't understand. And they go, we want you to work there. We want you to work here because, I was like, because I don't have a badge. I don't have a shirt. I don't have a uniform. I don't have anything. Well, we want you to work here, but you got to be better. I was like, well, do you want me to come in? I get out of work at 1 o'clock every day. I work from 6 in the morning to 1 o'clock. On my days off, I come here from 8 to 12. I don't mind staying if you guys want to come and train me. No. So, it was the only job I ever quit. Because I don't like to give up on shit. It's the only job I ever quit. But anyway, that's another time. Yeah, so there's a story. 40 minutes. Hopefully somebody will watch this one. This was a good one, actually. Aside from all the long pauses. I need to get that Filmora editing so I can edit these videos. But yeah, next day I quit. Because, number one, I didn't want to be responsible for anyone getting killed. Because I had learned how terrible my small town was. That everyone said was so boring, but there was murders and gang violence constantly, and there's always something going on. So if your town sucks and it's small and there's no trouble, thank your police. That's why it's a shitty town that nothing happens in, because your police, they're helping you out. Give me a like and subscribe and comment if you think I'm a stupid fat idiot. But you probably do that already. So, hey bots, keep commenting.